I didn't know this until like a few weeks ago, but Gucci, the brand, has a restaurant. Buying a Gucci t-shirt is probably like $500, but going to the Gucci restaurant, I'm guessing, is going to be cheaper than that, so I am willing to pay the price. I don't own any Gucci clothing, unfortunately, so I put on an outfit that I thought was kind of elegant. This outfit isn't elegant. A little bit of me was a little bit scared that I wasn't going to be let in, but I didn't have that many clothes to choose from, so. Oh my gosh, me in front of the Beverly Hills sign. Oh my gosh, me on Rodeo Drive. Yay, I love Gucci. But yeah, there's the Gucci store, and then in the middle, there's Gucci Austria, which is the restaurant. I don't know why, but there's actually two Gucci stores, and then in the middle is the restaurant. I arrived 30 minutes early, but I was just like, I'm hungry, so I'm just gonna try to get in. And when I walked in and said I had a reservation for Jacob, they said my table was available so I could eat. Then she told me, okay, go to that elevator. There was an elevator in the back, and the room I was in was very pretty. It had this blue floral wallpaper that I'm assuming is Gucci wallpaper. There was a guy in the elevator, and he kind of like led me to the restaurant and said, have a good lunch. So that was nice. And then there was also another guy at the actual restaurant that said, are you Jacob? And I said, yeah. And he said, okay, come with me or something like that. And I got sat down. So it was very accommodating. It kind of felt like I was an important person. There is a total of 4 Gucci restaurants. One's in Beverly Hills in the USA, one's in South Korea, another's in Italy, and another's in Japan. This is very limited. It's not like a Red Lobster where there's like 1,500 locations. This is an indoor-outdoor type restaurant, and I was sat right in the middle. I was half outside and half inside. It really reminded me of if you had a grandma that lived in Italy that had like $100 million and you were eating in her backyard. Something about it really reminded me of old ladies. There was Gucci furniture around the restaurant, and I did notice that I think everyone working there was wearing Gucci sneakers. Seems like the logo for this place is an eye, which is kind of funny because that's like the Illuminati thing. Whenever people talk about the Illuminati, they show the triangle eye. There was 3 pages on the menu, and it was one of those menus where I couldn't really understand anything. So the waiter came to my table and said, would you like any drinks or anything? And I said, no, I'll just have water. And then he said, do you want still or sparkling? I said still. So he brought out this bottle of like Pena still water, which costed, I think, $15. Oh no, I actually exaggerated. It was $8. And I started sipping away on the Gucci water. It's not Gucci water, but water served at the Gucci restaurant. Aww. Even just eating at the restaurant, you get like a welcoming gift. I don't know what they call it, but I'm gonna consider it a welcoming gift. It's this croissant with butter that I think they said had truffle in it. And a few other things, but I gotta say, that was tasty. This place is just like Olive Garden or Cheesecake Factory. They give you a bunch of bread too. It came with butter that had honey on it, and then they also give you ricotta cheese with some pepper on top, and they did point out that the ricotta cheese was imported from Vermont. That's all the way across the country. I mean, I am impressed. Before I could even dig into the bread, bread, my first course came. As I said, the menu is kind of confusing, so the waiter came up and said, like, do you want me to explain to you the menu? And he explained it to me. I decided to kind of just get the most simple thing because you don't have to choose anything. It's this 5-course meal that costs $170. Since I'm probably never gonna eat here again, I just thought, let's do it! Spring is here to stay. This is a salad. It has funnel, asparagus, nori, and it also has sturgeon, which I actually had to Google what that is. That's a type of fish. If you're gonna eat that type of fish, you should Google it before you eat it, because it's the type of fish that kind of grosses me out. With the salad, they gave me these, they were basically like taco type things, and they told me that you could use that to like put your salad in a taco. But I just ended up crunching it into the salad to add a crunchiness factor. Definitely not the usual salad that I have, but I did enjoy this course. It tasted lemony, and there was like little pieces of some type of creamy cheese, I'm assuming, in it, which was tasty. It was good. Did it remind me of Gucci? Not necessarily, but it did remind me of fancy people food. After munching that up, I went to the bread because I didn't have time to eat the bread before because my first course came. And I had some of this crunchy bread with some of the ricotta cheese, and I just love any type of cheese. That's the end of it. I don't care what type of cheese it is, I just like cheese. And then I had this other type of bread with some of the honey butter, and it was good. I was just having a glorious time. I kind of forgot I was even filming a YouTube video, and I kind of just was in this world of I lived in Beverly Hills and I just walked on over for a casual lunch. Now my second course came, but it's kind of my third course because I had the welcoming gift thing and then my salad, and then we have another salad. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a seafood salad with seasonal greens. This is the type of restaurant where each entree they give you, or each plate they give you a story time. I got to know the chef, it kind of felt like. If you were wondering, the chef is Mattia Agazzi. I might be mispronouncing that, but he's from Italy. Oh, also, this restaurant has 1 Michelin star. So the max a restaurant can get is 3. This one has 1. I think that's good. This salad didn't look edible to me, but I mean, they gave it to me to eat, so I'm just gonna try to eat it. The guy that brought it out was wearing a full Gucci suit. This was tasty, like it had like really interesting tastes that I'm not used to, and it had a bunch of seafood. Like some of the seafood I was wondering, like, what even is this seafood? And I tried to remember the story time because they probably told me everything that's in it, but there's so much information thrown at you when you're at a restaurant like this that like it's hard to actually consume all of the information, you know? Or maybe I'm just a bad listener. This was the entree that I didn't like the most. Yes, I appreciate the uniqueness of it, but I just didn't really like the taste that much. But then again, I did finish the whole thing, so I of course like still liked it enough. Now the next entree is something I was really excited about. Risotto camouflaged as pizza. There was like a story about the chef, and he thought he was gonna open a pizza restaurant in Los Angeles, and he was like, why would I open a pizza restaurant if I'm like a really talented chef? But then it turns out he's actually gonna be the head chef of the Gucci restaurant, so it was all just a joke. I don't know, you had to be there to understand it, you know? Nonetheless, he made this dish that was inspired by pizza, but it's risotto instead. And they told me that I should try each of the colors individually and then mix it up. So I did that, and they were good individually, but it was also good mixed up in a little soup type thing. This risotto camouflaged as pizza was honestly delicious, and I wanted like 3 times the portion they gave me, but I didn't want to pay like an extra $60, but this is something that I could slap in a nice way, you know? So at this point, I've been at the restaurant for like an hour. So it's time to go to the bathroom. Gotta say, it was a luxurious bathroom. It was very spacious. They had a chair in the corner, and I feel like you know you're in a fancy bathroom if they have a chair in the corner. Is this so two people can go to the bathroom and like while your friends are going to the bathroom, you just sit in the chair and go on your phone, then you switch spots? Or is it just like you go to the bathroom, then you sit in the chair and just do like a little meditation before entering the restaurant again? Of course I like the bathroom. It'd be cool if every bathroom was like this, but that's not gonna be a reality ever, probably. While I was seated again, I noticed that they had this little thing beside me, and I started to wonder, what is that for? Is that for like a bucket of wine? Oh, is that for your bags? So you put your bags on top of there? Something else I need to mention is I just got the 5-course meal, but what wasn't included on the 5-course meal is their burgers, which is very sad to me because the burgers at this restaurant are a collab with Shake Shack, and I love Shake Shack. So the next course was cod as Milanese, and it came with heirloom tomatoes in like a gelatin cube. This is basically fish that's been like put in batter, it's been fried. So there's no way this can't be good. Like just looking at it, I was like, it's glistening with greasiness. It's gonna be tasty. This was delicious. I would cut a little bit of the fish off and then add some of the tomato stuff, and each bite was just so nice. As you can tell, I finished that plate off. There was a lot of waiters. It was a type of restaurant where like you have like 5 waiters. It's not just one waiter. Now it was time for dessert, because of course if you're having like this many courses, you need a dessert. And it was called a Charlie Marley. It has chocolate, hazelnut, and wild rice. I've never heard of a dessert having wild rice, but I wasn't opposed to it. The story time with this dessert was like the name of someone's kid or something like that. But the presentation was cool. It reminded me of like a building. It felt like I was eating a building. While I was eating this dessert, I was just so in the moment. It was weird taking photos of myself eating it because I just wanted to be all by myself in my cozy little corner of the restaurant. It was very nice. I love hazelnut and chocolate, so it could never be a miss. Also, this restaurant wasn't that busy. It was probably, let's say, 60 to 70% full. This dessert was great, and just like the pizza camouflaged as risotto, I wanted 3 of these. Everyone working at this restaurant was very attentive. Like once I was even like 3/4 of the way done with my glass of water, they refilled it with the bottle. Also, whenever I was done with my course, they took the plate, they took the fork and spoon. Like I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I've used like 6 sets of utensils. This is crazy. They also have a goodbye gift. Essentially the 7th course of the meal, which that's a lot of food and a lot of courses. There was like a fruity gummy and a chocolate circle with salt on top. The chocolate circle was, it was what I wanted because as I said, I wanted more dessert and I got more dessert. And then this gummy reminded me so much of like a gummy that would be infused with THC or CBD. It was a good gummy though. Then the check came because my lunch was over, my 2-hour lunch was over, and it came to $230.51, which is the most I've ever spent on a lunch for myself. Even though I spent so much money, I still wasn't full. That's fine though. It's fine. Bye.